Is my presentation is visible, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Hello. Hello. So can I start?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, in this session, we are trying to analyze some data analysis file by using R. Yeah. So handling the files, to analyze the file, first we have to input the actual file, and that may be a .csv file, that may be a XLS file, that may be a doc file, that may be a stata file, that may be a SPSS file, whatever file is it. First we have to import it. Clear? So how to import the CSV file in R? First we have to understand this particular thing. Listen. Suppose there are so many techniques to import CSV file. So that is the first technique. First technique is like this. Suppose you want to store the file over a particular variable, that is X. So that is the command. File equals to, within this double inverted comma, you have to copy the path of the file. Where the actual CSV file has been located, from there you have to copy the path and paste it. Here, in this way, you can import a CSV file. Here. So what is the actual command? There are so many commands. That is one of them. So I have some CSV file in my desktop. So there are so many files in the desktop. Suppose we consider this one. We consider this file. So we have to copy the path. Just right click over the file properties and you just copy the path. Just copy it and paste within this. Here. And after you just change the slash. You just change the slash. Just change the slash. And after giving the slash, you just write down the file name. What is the file name? File name is this one. Titanic Survival. I have downloaded it from internet. I just copy it and paste it. And you have to give the extension. Extension is CSV file. Okay. Here I am trying to import a CSV file by writing a R command. So that is a complete command to import a CSV file that is present in my desktop. Here, you just display the file by using this command that has been displayed. Clear? So this particular file has been displayed. There are so many techniques. Clear? So that is one technique. So this particular technique I have discussed. There are so many techniques. That means you can use this command also. This command basically you just write read.csv within the braces file.choose header equals to true. So by using this command, you have to select the actual file. It should be CSV file. So you just choose this one. Clear? That has been imported. So if you want to show this file, that has been displayed. So in this way also you can import a file. Clear? So header.t means what? Here, if you don't use this one, what will happen? What will happen? That has been imported because but in some cases header equals to true means in some files here the first tuple or first row should not be distinct. I just want to say if you use header equals to t means true comment, then the first title column will be act as a column. Otherwise, it will act as a simple tuple, same as other tuple. Are you getting me? Because of that, header equals to true means here you keep the first tuple as a column heading. That's why header equals to 2 will be used. Header equals to t will be used. So these are two different comments for importing CSV file in R. There are another comment, that is here you just try WD. That stands for get working directory. Here that is the current directory you will work. Here. You want to change this. Why? Because your file that is basically available in the desktop, not in the current file, not in the current path. Your basically actually I want to work with a file, CSV file that is available in the desktop, not in the document. So I am basically working in this current directory right now. So I have to change it. So how I will change? By using setw command. Here in setw command, just copy this one. Control C. This one. Instead of document, it will be desktop. You set this one. So here if you write CSV, within the braces, just write down the file name. What was the file name? That was Titanic Survival .csv. Important. True is assign over yes. The three different comments. Here, three different comments to put a CSV file into R. And here, how to find out the current directory? That is this present. What is the current directory? In this directory, I am working. To find the current directory, use the get wd command. To change the directory, use set wd command. Now we are going to retrieve some specific data according to my choice. We are going to retrieve some data according to my choice. Analyzing Here we want to analyze the file. We want to handling the file. To handle the file. So how it will be done? So by using a particular package, one is there named SQLDF. So SQLDF package in R basically used to write SQL in R. Most of you know what structured query language. That is basically a language that is a query that is used to retrieve something from the existing relation or from the existing table, from the existing dataset. From the dataset, if you want to retrieve something, you have to write some comments, some SQL statement that is stand for structured query language. R also supported this. So one specific package is there that is known as SQLDF. SQLDF basically used to write the query, write the SQL. To install this particular package, we have to write the comments install.packages within the braces and within the double inverted comma, write down the package name. In this way, we have to download that, and after that, we can capable to write the query to retrieve something from the table. Instead of a CSV file, you can also import an Excel file, data file, SPSS file, reviews file. You can import any of them. So lots of technique will be there. Yeah. In my presentation, lots of technique that has been written there. So basically, I want to write some SQL statement. By using SQL statement, we want to retrieve something, we want to fetch something from the relation. So how it will be possible? Here, SQLDF package is required. So first, we have to understand the data set. So what is the data set? Here, the data is, use a fresh command. Use this command X. Okay, so X is the table name. X is the table name. So what is the structure of X? U of X. Clear? Here, we just check number of columns X. Type of column. How many number of row are there? X. 1309. Is not a big data set, that is a data set, medium data set. That is 1309 into 5. So to writing a query, we have to install some packages. So by using a query, we want to retrieve something. So first we have installing the package. Install what packages? Just write it down, SQLDF. It's working. That's why here one red button will be there. That is working, and we have to be online. Otherwise, we can't capable to install this type of. One more thing. Here, I have already installed SQLDF package earlier. I've already installed that. That's why this particular command working, and easily it will be executed. It is executed. Already it has been executed. Because of that, I have already installed that. I have already installed this package. That's why it is automatically working. Very easily it is working. When you are going to this package, some warning will again install. I have already installed that. That's why this type of messages has not been displayed. But that may happen when you are installing that. When you are going in this warning message will be first you install R tools. First you install CRM. First you install this package. So you have to install all packages by one. Otherwise, SQLDF cannot be supported. Clear? Now, you just write the command SQLDF. in this type of message maybe there. Loading required package GSUBFN, loading required package PROTO, loading required package RSQLIT. When this type of message will come, so you have to install all those packages. Otherwise, SQL you can't capable to write SQL. Otherwise, you can't install. Otherwise, SQL DB package will not working properly. Clear? So here you just install packages ESUBFN. Now you write library GSUBFN. Now second, what was that? Second was PROTO. Install dot packages PROTO. Here we just write library PROTO. What was the third one? Third one was RSQLite. Install it is very case sensitive, so you have to think about what are the letters here. RSQL all there in capital letter, IT is in small letter. That is very case sensitive. That's why you have to taking care of all these things. RSQLITE. That is working. That's why one red circle, that is the that is basically present in the right side of the R console. Clear? Until it will be not finished, it will be not completed, it is displayed. Now if you write library SQLDF, no message will be there because of that I have already installed all these things. That's why no this type of message will come. Clear? So previously when I have written library SQLDF this command, some messages will come that first you install this one, install this one, install this one. According to that, we have to install all those packages. That is because that is all they are associated with SQLDF. That's why all the packages are required. Here. Now we are going to write SQL statement. Here. So what was my file? File was X. So here within a particular variable, you are going to write a command. You are going to write SQL statement. So A equals to SQL df at X star from X. indicates? Basically, it indicates you want to know the columns of the constant table, that is X. So by using this particular command, you want to show all the row and all the columns of the constant table X. Clear? So star means all the row, all the column. Clear? So here, if you want to show, and this particular command, this particular SQL has been assigned over a variable that is A. If you write view of A, it has been displayed there. That means all the row and all the columns of X has been displayed by using this command. Instead of that, if you write this one, that is also accepted. In some cases, the particular SQL command is required to write in capital letter. That is a very few cases, very small cases. Yeah. Now, if you want to see a specific column, so you just write down the column name. Suppose H from X. Okay. So Q of A equals to this one. These are the edges. If you write maximum age, that is also working. That means here you are going to find out the maximum age from age column from a table X. And that is the corresponding query of that. That is the corresponding SQL statement of that. You are going to find out the maximum age that is present in the relation in the table X. Here, in this way, if you write here all here in capital letter, that is also accepted. It's also accepted. Here, if you write maximum age as uh, as as aged version, aged version from X. Now what will be the result? Clear. That means you have created, you change the name. Select maximum age this. Clear? So here the name has been changed. Aged person. Here maximum age this one. There is the aged person. Can all of you hear my voice now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Hello? Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if you write, instead of maximum, if you write minimum age, it is also working. Minimum age means this one. That has been displayed there, that's why that will come here. So,
The screen needs to be shared.
We can't see your screen, sir.
We can only see the people's faces over here.
The screen needs to be shared.
Again, I am sharing. First, I stop the sharing. Then again, I am sharing that.
The desktop needs to be shared.
Is the screen is visible?
It's not visible to me. Others, I don't know. Like,
No, sir, not visible.
No, sir, it is not visible. Not visible, sir.
Okay, okay. Again, I am sharing.
Not visible, sir.
Is it sharing, na?
yes, sir, it's visible to me.
Okay. Okay,
Yes, sir,
okay.
it is visible.
Okay. So clear up to this, clear up to this. Select minimum age from X. Clear up to this. Or have you any question up to this?
Hello.
Have you any question up to this? Have you any question?
Hello. Yes, I have
Hello?
one question. Sir. Yeah, hello.
Yes, please, please. Please,
Yeah,
please.
so my
please.
question is like,
Question.
yeah, my question is like, if we are doing, analysis in R versus SPSS or JASP, so what is the advantage of using R? One is that, and second is, how can we use R for scraping files from the internet? Like from the internet, like means like it might be Google, it might be kind of social media. So is it possible?
The answer of the first question is that I am very familiar with R. Okay. I do not have any idea regarding SPSS or Stata or reviews. Yeah. I only can capable to import the file from different environment. That means SPSS, Stata. So I can capable to import all the file in R. Yeah. I think for data analysis, obviously I am familiar with R. I can conclude that R will be better. That is the answer of your first question. And the second question, there are so many techniques. The data, social networking site like Facebook or any. I have already told that where the data structured, maybe unstructured or both. In that case, there may be a real-time data. 1 billion data in a few seconds that will come, that will go. So in this present scenario, R will be very helpful. One particular tools will be that is Hadoop. R with Hadoop. Together they form a exact platform that is used to scrap the data. Lots of different comments are there. Directly, you can capable to fetch the data from internet. In my slide, how you can capable to data directly from internet, one specific comment I have written in my PPT. So that is a very introductory class. That's why I can't capable to describe all these things. If I have a little bit idea regarding that, if you have any question regarding that, so I can give you some papers or I can send you some questions like some slides like that. Yeah.
That will be very helpful, sir. That will be very helpful.
Okay. Thank you so much. Or any more question?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes. I'm on. You are.
Sir,
Hello?
can I delete any imported dataset from our studio?
Yeah. You can import any data set. That may be a SPSS, that may be a Stata, that may be Excel, that may be a doc, whatever. You can import it in R by writing
Can
some
you please,
specific command. Hello.
Can you please tell the comment? Sir, can you please tell the comment?
In my presentation, I have already emailed that. My presentation, all the comments have been written for importing SPSS files, data file, and XLS file. Here, I have already emailed
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes,
Here,
sir.
you just going through
Yes,
my
sir.
presentation.
Yes, sir. I am telling about deletion of any data set. Can I delete any imported data set? Sir, in my R window, there is a portion where all imported data are showing. So in that so can I delete any data? Suppose I have 10 data set in my R studio. Can I delete anyone from it if it is not necessary for me?
Yes. You can choose any one. You can delete any one of them. You just first you have to find out how many data sets are there. There's a specific comment. How to, that means you just write the comment. One specific comment is there, dir. Here you just write it down. So automatically how many number of data set that is available there, all they are displayed. After that you just use rm command. By using this particular command, you can capable to delete this particular data set.
RM comment,
Yeah.
sir. RM.
rm.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any more question? Hello, any more question? Okay. So here I have written a query that is minimum age from X. It's for minimum age. In this way, we can write a query. So interesting thing is that if you write this command here, select minimum age or select age from here, you just write select age from X, and here you add one clause, that is where age is greater than 20. Clear? In this way, you can find out the ages. Here, you can find out the ages which is greater than 20. So the ages that has been displayed there, all they are greater than 20. Yeah. Not greater than, here you can use greater than, less than, greater than equals to, less than equals to, and you can use here. Here. Now the question is that here you can also not only age, here you can suppose I have to going through the exact data set. Here, suppose here passenger class, you just get passenger class, select passenger class. From X, where age is greater than 20. Yes. So in this way, you can capable to write the query. There are so many query, so many structured query language you can capable to write. Not only the passenger class, you just add one another column here. You can capable to add another one column, that is survived. If you add more than one number of column name here, they are separated by comma. Clear? They are separated by comma. You just write here. Enter after this one. Q of A. Here. Star means all. Star means all, but here to add one condition, that is age greater than 20. So if the age greater than 20, you can capable to display all the details of the relation, all the details of all entity in a relation where the age is greater than 20. Yeah, that means here all the column will be present, all the columns will be present, but one specific row will be present here. By using, if you write this query, all the columns will be present, but specific tuple will be present if you write this query. Let's start from X. Okay, so by writing this query, you can capable to see all the columns, but specific row. You just take it out. This one. All the columns are present, but specific row will be present. Specific row will be present. Total row was 1309 like this. Here only 790 number of tuple will be displayed. Clear? Instead of here one particular clause I have added age greater than 20. Instead of that, you can use greater than equals to, less than equals to, greater than, less than, all these things you can add. Clear? Here instead of star, you can write specific column, one column, whatever you want. You can add all these things. I will send you one soft copy that contains so many SQL. You just going through this. Yeah. Suppose here you write one query, that is select start from X, order by X means here capital X is the column name. If you going through the table, first column name is capital X. Here order by X means first A will come, then B will come, then C will come, like this. Yeah. Just want to see the first column, order by X. Order by means sorting. If you want to sort, you use order by. So in a big data set, you can sort by using order by command. Order by means you want to sort. First A will come, then B, then C, then D, like this. So instead of that, if you write to see the data set. Here, Survived list, yes, yes, no, no, like this. So these are the different activity. Yes, first yes will come, then yes, then no, then no. So that is not grouped. Grouped means I just want to group this one. So if you want to group this one, you just write a particular comment, that is select survived from X group by survived. Select survived from X group by survived. Clear. So what will be the result? Has been grouped, yes or no? There is no entity apart excluding yes and no. Just going through this one. If you want to check passenger class, from X group by class. Now Q of A means this one, first, second, third. These was the passenger class, not more than that. So by group by command, you can use all these things. By order by command, you can sort a particular column. So order by basically used to sort a particular column in a relation, in a table. Yeah. So the sorting has been made in an ascending order. If you want to sort that in descending order, you just add one keyword, that is DESC. Right? If you sort a particular column, all the values, complete tuple will be sorted. Not only the single tuple will be sorted, complete tuple will be sorted. So this particular query will display this one, will display the result of this one. Let's start from one, select start from table name, order by first column name, that is in descending order. Yeah, so all the complete tuple will be sorted. Maybe ascending order, that will be a descending order. What will be the result? We just check it out. What was your exact relation? That is your exact relation. Here the first one is Alan, yes, female 29 first. You just mark it. Alan, yes, female 29 first. Here, if you write this comment, Alan, yes, female 29 first. So the complete tuple will be sorted. I just want to say this one. Not according to a single column, you can capable to sort the total tuple. I just want to say this one. Here you can add limit 5 means what? You just display first 5 number of tuple. First 5 number of tuple. If you give here 15, you want to display first 15 number of tuples. First 15 number of tuples. First 15 number of tuples. Here, in this way, you can write the query, but SQL DF package is required. Otherwise, it is not possible. Clear? So you can change a complete tuple. Suppose you just going to the actual column. That was the actual column. Sorry, that was the actual table. That was the actual table. Here, all the ages is this. So if you want to change this one, suppose here you write select start from X. Select age multiply by 5. Yes. Oh, so first you sort it down. That's why select age from X, order by age. Okay. Here the sorting has been made in an ascending order, order by age. You can give a limit. Checking will be very easy. 5. Clear? There is no age. Some people actually basically the consultancy can't find the age of first five people. So make 15, but here we just add here. That is the last 15 people's age. Clear? If you write this command, select age into from X, what will happen? All the ages, last 15 people of the aged, last 15 aged people's age will be displayed, multiply by 10. Clear? Last 15 aged people's age will be displayed, multiply by 10. Here I am working this arithmetic operation over age. I just want to show you that you can perform arithmetical operation any numeric field, any numeric column. I just want to display this one. There are so many SQL statements. I will share you a soft copy. that contains so many examples of SQL statement. You just going through this. I think that will be helpful. Up to this, any question?
Achha, sir, I have one query. I don't know if I missed it in your presentation. Hello.
Please, ma'am, please.
You were telling us that there are various ways by which we can import our data from SPSS or other EVUs, right? Or any other, like one sir asked from any social networking sites also, we can import that data into this R software, right?
That is possible.
Yeah. So, but sir, I had one query. So, right now I'm collecting primary data, okay, from the field. Now,
Yes.
I need to do data entry. Usually, I do it in the MS Excel, right? Microsoft Excel
Yes.
sheet.
Yes.
So instead of doing that, so is there any provision to do that directly in the R software? So instead of importing the
That
data
is that.
from any other software, so is there any provision that I can make data entry into the R software itself, so that I don't have to import it from any other software or MS Excel?
No, directly it is not possible, but one technique is there. If suppose one company has so many clients, they will share a common page. They will fill up the page, and server directly connect with the server directly communicate, can capable to communicate individual user. But each client, when communicate with the server, other client cannot access that. That is possible. Are you getting my question, ma'am? Actually,
No,
just I
actually I
want to
got it,
say,
but I'm asking it from my viewpoint of PhD. So I am on the verge of completing my survey. Now I have to do the data entry. So sir, since I'm learning this R software, তো আমি কি মানে MS Excel এর সফটওয়্যারটা ডেটা এন্ট্রি না করে ডাইরেক্টলি R সফটওয়্যারে করতে পারি, না আমাকে এক্সেল এ করে তারপরে এখানে ইম্পোর্ট করতে হবে স্যার R সফটওয়্যারে?
that will be better. That will be better. You
So
just write it down in Excel and you input it.
so you're suggesting me that I should do the data entry in the Excel and then whatever analysis
Excel
I have
and
to
you
do,
input it. That will be
then,
better, ma'am. That
then
will be better,
I should
ma'am.
import that file from there and do the analysis, right? Okay.
And R does not have any direct provision to entry
Acha.
all these things. R
Okay.
does not have any provision. You have to create a CSV file. You have to create Excel file by your own. R does not have any provision, ma'am.
Acha. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Any more question? And in R, we can merge two different tables. Suppose we have so many tables. We can merge all the tables by using a common column, or if we do not have any common column, we also merge all those tables. Okay. Suppose we have two different deletion, we can merge by using R command. We have more than two different deletion, we can also merge. That is possible in R. So how it will be merged? So suppose here I have two different CSV data set. Two different data set. First one is simple data set that this name salary department, this. That is ABC, named ABC. That is one data set. Name salary department. Another one is ABCDEF. That is name salary department. 3 columns are there. Actually, my motto is that I am going to merge these two relations. Going to merge. How it will be possible? First, we have to import it. So, command. Here I have to copy the path. abc.cs is the change the class, change the class, import to merge two different relation to use merge command. X, Y. Yes. We have to write this particular comment x comma y all are true. So here the column are set in two different table. Suppose I have one file that is ABC that has three different column, name, salary, department. ABCE is also a file that has three different column, salary, department. If you are going to merge in way with respect to a particular field, with respect to a particular field, suppose if you are going to merge two different relation in a particular way, suppose here you write by, here you have to give a common field name. Clear? Suppose here you give by department. What will happen? What was the syntax? Oh, that must enclosed in double inverted comma. That has been merged. That has been merged with respect to department. So in department column has been merged. So that means here department will be unique. Department will be the single, that is a single column. With respect to this one that has been merged. All the other columns that is merged, name.x, name.salary.x. So in X table, these are the name.x means these are the name of X table. Salary.x means this is the salary of X table. Name.y means these are the name of Y relation, and these are the salary of Y relation. In this way that has been merged. If you write, if you are going to merge with respect to a particular column, then the merge will happen in this way. Here. And if you directly merge this one, if the column name is same for two different table, then it will be merged in this. In this way. What only value you merge? Here, just take it in your mind that here the column should be same for two different columns. If you are going to merge with respect to a particular table, then that has been merged, and the relation with respect to that one, the data, the table has been merged. That is a single column. Clear? That is single, but the others will be separated. That means x dot name, x dot salary, y dot name, y dot salary, and department should be in one column. Yeah. So in this way, you can merge two different relations. I have taken two simple example. You can merge vague table. Here, big relation you can merge. That is a specific column. In this particular column, if you use this command, if you use this command, here in this command, you can directly assign the data set from the internet. You can directly access this one. If it is available there, here, if it is available there, it has been directly, you can directly assign this one. Not only that, after writing this one, you have to write download.file, this, then read.csv, this. Yeah. Right now, I can't capable to trying this one because in this particular URL, this relation, this table is not available right now. That's why I can't capable to do this. Yeah. You just trying this one. You just change the file name. Yeah. Suppose you have you are going to search a CSV file in the web, and finally you have got the file. You just copy the path, write down the path, and finally you write down the file name. Yeah. You just execute this command. After that, you just write download.file this. That is the new destination file. That means you copy this one and you will store this with this one. Read.csv this error equals to false, this one view as automatically the data will be downloaded. This particular relation will be, this particular table will be downloaded. Import any SPSS file in R, you have to install one package, that is foreign. Foreign package is required to install any SPSS file. And you will do all these operations step by step. Automatically one SPSS file will be downloaded. Install.package is this one, then library this one, file.choose. Here also, if you want to export a Excel file, you can use this command. This command means which one? This command means now I am going to export a Excel file. So how it will be imported? If you want to import any Excel file in R, you have to install one package, that is XLSX. Install dot packages XLSX. Working.
Sir, it can be installed from a environment also, no?
Yeah. That is also possible. That is also possible. Library XLSX. This way you can import an Excel file in R. So Excel SX package is required. Clear? Excel SX package is required to import Excel file in R. Same as foreign package is required to import SPSS file. Foreign. Hello? Have you any question? Right now, I do not have any SPSS file. If you have SPSS file, you can try. You just write this command. Read.spss within the braces, you just write file.choose. In case of Excel, I have written file.choose, comma 1. 1 means that indicates the first set. All of you will know one particular Excel workbook contain different sets. Clear? If you have a data in an Excel workbook, you have a 10 worksheet. So you just want to display 10th worksheet. So instead of 1, that will be 10 if you want to display the 10th worksheet. Clear? All of you know one particular workbook that contains different worksheet. Clear? So 1 is the sheet number. That's why I have given 1. Clear? If you have any SPSS file, you just write the command read.spss within the braces file.choose braces this one. So automatically the SPSS file will be downloaded. Clear? Any question?
Sir, for data file, which package needs to be installed?
DTA package, DTA.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
DTA.
Sir,
Hello,
if
sir.
we have,
I have a question.
Please, sir, please.
sir, if we have different villages in different worksheet, then can it be downloaded all side by side, or we have to do it in Excel and then download it?
That will be better, sir. First you will do it Excel, then you download. That will be better, sir.
Okay.
So far I know that will be better, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I have installed XLSX package to import Excel file, but it is given after that when I run the program, the command read.xlsx, it is shown that could not find function read.xlsx. So what should I do, sir?
Library might.
First you write install.packages this one, then you write. You have write library. You have written library, then the file name.
No, sir, I didn't write.
Listen, ma'am. One thing. If you want to work with a particular package, first you have to install that. So install that has been done by using install.packages command. Install.packages within the braces, you just write down the package name, and that is inverted in double inverted comma, that is enclosed in a single braces.
Yes,
After that, you just give a enter. Then you write library within the braces, write down the package name.
Library within the bracket, within quote.
Same package name. Same package name that you have installed earlier.
Within a quote.
No, code is not required.
Okay.
In some cases, code will be accepted, but that is not mandatory. Library, this one. After that, you write this one, read.xls. I think that will work.
Sir, it is shown that error package or namespace load failed for XLSX.
In that case, you try read Excel, READ Excel package, read Excel package. That is another package. READ Excel, read Excel package. READ Excel, read Excel package.
Install package, install.package, and then read Excel package.
I am doing, madam. Please go through this. I am
Okay.
doing. Now you just write down this command, read Excel, read underscore Excel, this one. Just copy the path, this one.
Okay, sir. Just let me try. If there is any problem, then I'll get back to you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. I have a query.
Please, sir.
Yeah, sir, can you please once go back to the data merging process, because I have a little confusion about that, how you are merging the data first and then the names are different, name X and name Y, and then you are merging the names. So there is a confusion. So can you please clarify that?
First I imported this one. I am doing. You just go through this one. I have imported one data set, that is ABC, that contains 3 columns. I have 2 different CSV files, that very small CSV file. I have created this one. First one is ABC. This one is ABC. Here, that has 3 different columns: name, salary, and department. ABC. That also has 3 different columns: name, salary, and department. So ABC, different CSV files are there that has 3 different columns. These are same: name, salary, and department. Here. So if I want to merge 2 different tables, first we have to import 2 different CSV file in R. You just write down file equals to, just copy the path. Just copy the path. One is abc.csv. Another one is abcdef.csv. So ABC CSV file that has been stored over particular variable, that is a ABCDEF, that is stored over B. If I directly merge these 2 tables, what will be the result? Just write down the command merge A, B, all equals to true. In this way we can merge. Just check it out. View of X is this one. Yeah, not only that, if you merge these 2 tables by using a particular column with respect to a particular column, that is department, this one, view of X, and what will be the result? Then result will be this one. Actually, if 2 different CSV files are there and columns are also same, then by equals to this one, this particular segment is not required for that cases where the columns has been same for 2 different tables. But that is required in that cases where the only one column is same for both column. In that particular cases, you just add this segment by equals to this one.
Yeah, sir, that's clear now.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Any more question? Now I have already installed execl file. That means that is another way. I have already imported the XLS file. That is another way. Just copy the path. Here I am choosing this one. Here I am choosing this one. Just copy the path. Here this one is the path. What was the file name? .xls. In this way also you can merge. You just copy it. Okay. So in this way you can also import the Excel file. I have given you two different procedure to import Excel file. First one was Excel SX package. Second one is EXEL package. But the command is same. For Excel SX package, you just use file.choose function, and for EXEL package, you just write EXEL read underscore EXEL, and within the braces, you just write down file equals to copy the path that is enclosed in double inverted comma like this. Clear? Now, have you any question regarding the importing Excel file? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Now basically here by using R commands, different R commands, we can also apply different classification models. There are so many classification models, different supervised learning methods, unsupervised learning methods. So by using different R commands, different R program, we can develop different classification models, implement different classification models. That is very easy. Suppose dysentery, k nearest neighbor, so all the different features. So you have to understand first you have to understand the packages. What are the constant packages required for a specific classification? Suppose for dysentery, you have required rpart rattle, rattle. Rattle is required to generate dysentery. rpart is required and to draw a dysentery. Clear? So for KNN, you have required KNN packages, K-nearest neighbor packages you have required. You just write this one. And for KNN, you have two different data sets are required: training data set, testing data set. Clear? You have a data set that is already trained data set, and the testing data set you are going to train this one. So by writing 2 or 3 comments, writing small program, you can capable to run all the classification models. Yeah, that will be supervised. The main thing is that will be a supervised or that will be unsupervised models. You can capable to write R program to implement all these things. Basically, R is used to, so the amount of data is very large, that scenario R is very useful. But the amount of data is very large. That may be structured, unstructured, voice, audio, or video, text. So you can separate that. You can from a unstructured data set, you can be able to find out the structured data set. From the structured data set, you can find out the specific one. You just write down the R commands. By using that is possible. Specific packages are required. What are the specific packages? Not only that, for image processing, that is R is very useful. You have to understand the specific package name. You just find out the package. If you have the idea, if you can capable to find the package and have a little bit idea regarding art, you can capable to implement all the classification models. The main thing is that. For Stata package, install for import a Stata file. Foreign is also applicable, as well as the extension of Stata will most probably DTA. DTA package is also here. That is also possible. Clear? Same as Excel. For Excel file, XLSX package will be there, as well as EXCL package will be there. Same as Stata file. Foreign is also applicable here. So if you have already installed foreign package, you can automatically install imported Stata file. Clear? Thank you all of you. If you have any question, please tell me your question. Otherwise,
Hello, sir.
yes.
Sir, I have one question. That sir, please go to your R console part.
R Studio, yes.
Yes, please go over there. You have got one table over here. There are 7 columns over here. Suppose I want to select 3 or 4 columns and make a new table. Can you please guide me how to do that?
Yes, that is very easy. That is very easy. You have to find out the subset. That is very easy.
Yes.
Yeah. That is very easy.
Please show the process, please.
Suppose you have this relation. You just write down a comment. Paste a new table. A new table. What it said? Hello?
Right, sir. Got it. Thank you.
What it said?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
You have written the
Can you
column
hear
names.
me?
Yeah. You have written the column names. There is,
Then from X.
yeah.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
You just
Thank
write down the selected column name and the Okay. Thank you. Any more question?
Sir, I have one request. Sir, if you just share your email ID, then it will be better because if in the upcoming days, if we face any problem, we can contact to you.
Yes, obviously.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, please.
Sir, you have just
Please.
currently you have just prepared a two-column table from the seven-column table. Okay, but how can I export this newly prepared table to implement in my work? And how can I export this newly prepared?
Can you repeat your question, sir?
Sir, you have just prepared a two-column table from a seven-column table. Okay, but how can I export this table, newly prepared table, to my work? How can I export this table?
That is also possible. First, you tell me where you want to export.
So in my Word page,
In my Word page, that is possible.
and
That is also possible in Word page.
yes,
Word is not a programming language. That's why you have to copy here and paste there in
okay,
this way. But if you want to export that in different environment to work with this file, that is possible.
Okay, but in
Here also so many packages are there. You have to install all those packages. According to that, you write the comment. That is possible. Import, export, everything is possible. Yes, sir.
okay, but and in the previous session, you have just learned how we learned to how to prepare histogram and pie chart, and how can we export this also?
Same answer. If you want to export it in Word, you have to just copy paste like this. But in any programming language, there are so many commands. Yeah.
Okay.
I have soft copy, sir. I will send all these things.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I will
Thank you.
send the browser and they will send you. He will send you.
Sir, if we are not sure of the packages, then how can we use the help part for that? Which package?
With the help
to
of Google,
load?
otherwise, with the help of Google or any book, otherwise it is not possible.
not in this R package.
Little help will get. So I don't need help will get here. Otherwise, you have to take help from Google or from any book.
Oh yes, thank you.
There are so many packages set. So one particular function that is associated with which package
Yeah.
that nobody can tell.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Sir,
Hello.
sir. In the case of Stata, as we know that we can save the output as a log file. So, is there any facility in the R that so that we can save our output in a single file?
You can save all the outputs of R. You can easily save it. How you will save? You can save the script file. Script files mean what? This one is the script file. You can save the script file. You can save the history by using this command. Yeah. You can save the history. You can save the script. You can save the complete studio. That is possible in R. Your question is that your Stata file, first you import a Stata file, then tell me your question. Again, tell me your question.
No, sir. My concern is that in the case of Stata, as we know that we can save our output and all the other results in a log file. Okay. So similarly, as according to you, in the R also we can save the script or the our history. We can save like this. So that is basically my question or query. So now it is clear that I can save the script so that the output can we get from that.
Yes, obviously. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You can send it. Any more question?
So I have a very basic question. I mean, is there any option of typecast in R? I mean, suppose I have some string and I want to add some number with that string. Suppose I have a string my name, and then I am assigning a value to a integer variable, say x equal to 5, x equal to 6, and every time I am producing a new string my name underscore 5, my name underscore 6. So I mean, in that case I have to just add the x with the string my name, but x is an integer.
In R, what is possible? I will show you, sir, how it is possible. You assign over x. Assign 1 over x. What will be the result? Is that this one? You assign over x 1. That will be displayed in this way. Assign is over there. That will be displayed in, one table actually is. That's why this type of result will come. Let's suppose. X, that will be displayed this one. R basically support all these things. If you assign t, that means that is not a number over a particular variable, that will be displayed in this way. Yeah. That means string, character, all their representation should be like this. That means that enclosed in single inverted comma, double inverted comma. If it is a number, that is not required. You can also.
Okay. I mean, what I'm saying that suppose first I assign a integer value to a variable, say x equal to say yes, say x equal to 2.
is equals to 100.
I mean,
right?
Yeah, and then
Next.
can I convert this S to a string?
Can you convert this S to this one?
Okay.
That is possible, but I have not imagined that is possible. That is
Okay,
very
I mean,
that is possible.
okay.
It is not in my mind, but that is possible. It is a simple query. That is possible. Declare integer variable, you can create, you can convert it into its new character or string. That is possible. That means no change will happen. Only one hand will occur with that is enclosed in double inverted comma. That's only possible. Yeah, but you can't convert any string or any character as a number. That is not possible.
That is not possible.
That is not possible. But a number that can be converted. That can be converted. So, what type of feature will be changed? Here, the value of S will be 100. That will be different. But when it will be a character or string, then 100 that is enclosed in single inverted comma or double inverted comma. Only this type of change will be better made. Yeah.
Okay.
Any more question? I think no more question. Hello?
No, sir, no more questions from our side.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. All of you, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I think that it's a little bit getting an idea, and those who are experienced will help in the entire process for the next few days. So, Dr. Roy, thank you very much for your nice presentation and helpful support to the participants. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for